Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to another Core Set 2020 draft here on the channel. We're starting things off in Gold 4, but before we dive in, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and yeah, those are great ways to support the channel, and it's 100% free to do those things, so it's awesome. But yeah, if you want to catch the stream live, you can find it on twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. Be sure to follow there. But yeah, so we opened probably the best uncommon in the set to open pack one, pick one, Chandra Novice Pyromancer. This card is just fantastic. If you can play it on turn 4, you are just very favored to win that game. Just the -2 can kill a lot of creatures in the format. The -1 is surprisingly relevant as well. Getting that mana can be good, and there's a lot of elementals, so the +1 also just gives a lot of your creatures like a buff. Icon of Ancestry is an interesting one to think about. It is colorless, so it can technically go in any deck, though you ideally want to put it into a color combination that has elementals. I've actually seen black-white decks that name human because there's actually a decent number of humans if you do get the icon, so that could be something to consider as well, just because it is pretty powerful to get a global buff onto your elementals if you end up in an elemental deck. It is not as just like powerful without building around it, but I think pack one, pick one, it might be possible to just build around it. Looking at some commons, Pacifism is a pretty solid common, but I don't like to take it early because I don't like to move into white. I will take it if there's nothing else good in the pack, but in this pack there's other good options. And then the other noteworthy commons are Pack Mastiff, which is just a very good 2-drop. It works combos well with Goblin Smuggler, and it's just a nice little attacker. And then Reduce to Ashes is a removal spell that I've been pretty happy with. But I think here the pick is pretty clearly between Icon of Ancestry and Chandra. I'm not actually 100% sure how powerful the icon is. I haven't actually had that much experience with it. I've actually never gotten to play it. So I think in the interest of trying out a new card and seeing how good it is for your benefit as well as my own, I'm going to take the icon and see how it slots into whatever deck I end up drafting. Okay, pack one, pick two. The rare is missing, so we don't really get a big signal here. Looking at the uncommons, they're all pretty solid. God's Willing is just a great combat trick. Herald of the Sun is just a pretty good flyer. And then Wolf Rider Saddle is a very good equipment. I've found it to be very good. Just throw this onto like a Vorst Claw, and then Vorst Claw kind of can't be killed for the rest of the game. But again, these cards are white, so I don't tend to love moving in super early on those cards. Wolf Rider Saddle, I think, is the best of the uncommons just because green is a great color, and then the saddle itself is just very good. Making a token can be relevant for other token matters cards in white. Looking at the commons, the best commons are Agonizing Siphon, and then a pretty decent ways after that. I think Reduce to Ashes and then Sleep Paralysis. I just really have not been impressed with Sleep Paralysis in this format. Bone Splinters is a card that's worth mentioning. I think this card is fine to run like one copy of in most decks, but after that, you kind of want to have like a reason to run it. Like if you have Sanitarium Skeleton, so you can get back creatures, or you just have like a couple. Dang, what's the name of the puppy? The two the 2 and a green, two like 1/01 that makes a 1/2/2. I'm sure we'll see one, and I'll feel really bad for forgetting its name. It's called Young Pup. There we go. But yeah, I think Wolf Rider Saddle is a defensible pick here. I think Herald of the Sun is kind of a defensible pick, and then Agonizing Siphon is just a pretty solid pickup as well. Though I think I'm just going to take Wolf Rider Saddle. I think it's the going to lead me towards an Elementals deck, which I want the Icon of Ancestry for. So I'm going to slightly hedge towards green, because this card is mostly going to be at its best in a Teamer deck. So yeah, let's take the Wolf Rider Saddle here over the Agonizing Siphon. And there's an Iron Root Warlord. This card is quite powerful, and it is in the same color as my Wolf Rider Saddle, so it's definitely something to consider out of this pack. And I did see 2 powerful white cards in that last pack. Not that that's a huge signal, because the rare was missing, so it could have been anything, but Iron Root Warlord is definitely good. There's an Unsummon, which I have been actually really prioritizing, because cheap interaction is just at a really premium in this format. I think the Iron Root Warlord is just better enough than all these other cards that it's worth taking here, even though being in green-white is not necessarily ideal. If you are the only drafter in that color combination, you can definitely still end up with a solid deck, and Icon of Ancestry buffing up Raise the Alarm tokens actually sounds kind of... this is an expression I don't use very often, but sounds kind of grim. I just like that kind of saying. But yeah, I think the pick here is Iron Root Warlord over the Unsummon here. Maybe we'll even wheel an Inspired Charge, but I think the Iron Root Warlord is going to be good. And now, not really any good cards in green or white. Like, these are all like decent cards, especially if you can get a Gauntlets of Light, then Griffin Sentinel and Daybreak Chaplain get significantly better. But we're not going to like commit to that deck until we've seen a Gauntlets of Light, because the Gauntlets of Light isn't uncommon. Steadfast Sentry is just a card that's been kind of annoying for me. Like, you have to trade with it and it buffs up one of their guys. As I was saying, there are like a decent number of like cross synergies. So this is like a human, this is a human, there's also a soldier, and this is a soldier, so there'd be a decent number of things to name with Icon potentially in this type of deck. There's Pack Mastiff. I wanted to move towards a red-green deck potentially, which is something I would be interested in, because there are elemental synergies in that color combination. And then there's a Tonebound Lich, which isn't really anywhere near where I want to be. Blue-black doesn't tend to run a ton of creatures, and those creatures that it does run don't have like a ton of the same like creature type, so my icon wouldn't be as good. And then it doesn't really pair with the cards I already have. So I think here the pick is mainly between either Packmastiff to just hedge into red-green potentially, Steadfast Sentry just to stay in white-green, or Windscarred Crag in case I wanted to consider a splash. But I think I'm just going to take the Packmastiff as it's just much more powerful than these white cards, and one of these white cards is probably going to come back anyway. And red-green would be a pretty good home for my Icon of Ancestry, I think. I could even name Hound if I was feeling super ambitious. Here, I think it's a pretty clear Packmastiff to follow up my previous Packmastiff. Packmastiff is just a great card. There is a Rugged Highlands for fixing, but Packmastiff is above replacement level for a common. If it's a mediocre common, like say I was considering taking like a Fire Elemental, I would definitely just snap up the Rugged Highlands. I would take Rugged Highlands over Ripscale, over Growth Cycle, probably over Scorch Spitter at this point, because I'm not sure how aggressive I'm going to be. Packmastiff is just the best card in this pack by a pretty decent margin, and getting a couple of them is pretty nice. Okay, now there is a relatively late Audacious Thief. Yeah, Audacious Thief is just a card that works well if you're an aggressive deck. It works actually pretty well in the red-black color combination, simply because you can use Goblin Smuggler to get it through, which is actually quite potent. There's a Keldon Raider, which is a card I have not been super high on. The problem with Keldon Raider is there's just a ton of other good 4-drops, and even though this is a solid effect, it's just not one that I go after aggressively. There's a Cryptic Caves, which is a card I really do like. I actually tend to take these higher than most people just because the ability to get rid of a extra land in the late game is really, really useful. It can win you games, and it like really does that in a subtle way. A lot of the time, you're not going to get color screwed. You're going to be probably fine on your colors for the most part, and just being able to get through your extra lands is really useful. So I'm actually leaning towards that as a pick. So I think my pick is mostly between Cryptic Caves and Audacious Thief. Audacious Thief does move me away from potentially an Ironroot Warlord or Wolf Rider Saddle red-green deck, but I haven't super committed to any color. That being said, I think Cryptic Caves is good enough and doesn't really commit me to anything, so I'm just going to take that. And now a Season of Growth, pretty effective card. It doesn't really have any synergy with the cards I have here, but if you look at the rest of the cards in the pack, they are not super great. There's a Moorland Inquisitor, which is just a mediocre 2-drop. I don't really like running it because it's just a 2-mana 2-2. At the end of the day, giving it First Strike doesn't really help it get through any of the cards that blank it anyway, because if my opponent plays like a Fathomfleet Cutthroat, I'm not going to be able to attack in it regardless. Jungle Hollow would be interesting if I was in a different color combination, but I'm not really looking to splash black at this point. I think Season of Growth is just going to be good enough, especially if I get Rabid Bites, maybe a Feral Invocation, that type of thing, and the rest of this pack is kind of weak. There's an Octoprophet, which is okay, but not really as good as Season of Growth, and I'm not even really looking to play blue here. And now, pretty late Soul Salvage. Maybe I'm supposed to move into green-black after all, but I do have these 2 red cards, so I don't really want to do that. There's a Greenwood Sentinel, which is a card I'm not a fan of. Hello, Julio Martini 20. Greenwood Sentinel is not a card I'm a huge fan of. Just 2-mana 2-2s are just not where I want to be in this format, or really any format. I think they need to have a little bit more, and Vigilance is not a significant upside. Soul Salvage could be the pick here. I've been seeing a couple of black cards. I could be playing like green-red, splash white, or green-red, or green-black, splash white, or something like that. I do have 2 colorless cards, which greatly help, and I'm not like super committed. Keep in mind there are 2 Packmastiffs. I think the best card in the pack is just Soul Salvage by a decent enough margin. There is a Devout Decree. There's also a Inspired Charge in case I do end up with a go wide deck. So maybe I'm just supposed to take that. But I don't really have a pull to white other than this 1 white card. So I could just see myself taking the Soul Salvage here over maybe Dagger Sail Aeronaut as well. This is a Goblin, so maybe I could go deep on Goblins with my Icon. I think we're more likely to play red than black. So let's just take the Dagger Sail Aeronaut. It's definitely a playable card. And we wield a Packmastiff, which is just a really good card, and definitely a nice little sign that red is probably open. So we'll take the Packmastiff here over Destructive Digger. I'm definitely glad we've kind of found our open color, and there's another Dagger Sail Aeronaut. We're just going to commit to red pretty fully here. There is a Battalion Foot Soldier that wield, but I don't really like moving on those. They're just a little bit too slow. We aren't really going to pick our second color yet. We're just going to keep taking red cards. Even though Dagger Sail Aeronaut's not like the greatest red card, it's still just an okay card. It is also a Goblin, so if we get up enough Goblins, we could name Hound. It'll probably be situational. Icon of Ancestry is not looking insane in our deck. We just don't have an insane build, but it's good to try out this type of card. There's an Inspired Charge, which we aren't really looking for. I guess we could take it, though. I don't think we really want Ripscale Predator. Though I guess we could just, let's just take the Inspired Charge. If we end up in a red-white deck, I guess we're going to probably most likely end up green-red, maybe splash white, so let's just take the Ripscale Predator. And we'll take, I guess, Stone Golem. Maybe Healer of the Glade's more playable than that. I don't know. None of those cards are really making our deck. Scorch Spitter came back. Yeah, we aren't really playing any of these cards. We're probably not going to play Scorch Spitter either. Okay, let's see what we open. And, wow, we did not get any cards that we want. That is actually really unfortunate. Yikes. There's not really any good green cards. I guess Netcaster Spider's okay, but it's not really an aggressive card. And our deck is definitely leaning towards the aggressive side. There's not even any like mana fixing in this pack. This pack is overall quite poor. I think Netcaster Spider's just got to be the pick here. There's not really a red card to take. There's literally not a red card to take. There's not really any playable white cards. Like Squad Captain's the only card that's like actually fine. Then there's Vile, but I don't really want to play that. So I guess Netcaster Spider it is. And now we have a tricky pick. This is the pack that has all the cards we want. So there's a Woodland Champion, which is a card I haven't gone after super aggressively outside of green-white because there's not enough token makers. We do have the Wolf Rider Saddle, importantly. But there's another Wolf Rider Saddle we could take, which is a card I do like. There's a Lavacan Brawler, which is a nice card. We don't really have a ton of elementals, but it's still just a good card. I think I'm just going to take the Wolf Rider Saddle, though, over like a Reduced to Ashes as well. Wolf Rider Saddle has just been very impressive to me, and I've really liked it. Just the ability to turn kind of any of your creatures into like a more relevant threat is really good. And it looks like we are going to be in green-red. There is also a black card, but I like green-red. It just seems like a solid place to be. And we'll take it over Reduced to Ashes. Another Iron Warlord could be a fine splash card, though. At this point, I'm not sure how likely we are to splash, and taking a Chandra's Outrage here is really good. We don't have a single removal spell right now, and getting a Chandra's Outrage at this point seems really good. There's also a Goblin Smuggler, but I think the removal spell is way more important right now over a splash card as well, so let's just take the Chandra's Outrage. I think after that I would probably take the Smuggler, and then the Iron Root Warlord, and then the Infuriate. I think Iron Root Warlord's slightly higher upside, but right now we're not even sure if we're splashing our first Iron Root Warlord. Geez, we're just seeing all the Iron Root Warlords. Wow. Kind of brutal. So there's a Ferocious Pup, but I don't really think we're a Ferocious Pup deck. And then there's the Iron Root Warlord, which you could consider splashing. I think splashing 2 Iron Root Warlords seems kind of good to me. Because you don't really need to have too many white sources. You just need, and then you just play this and start making tokens in the late game, and it's just kind of a big creature on its own. So I kind of want to take the Iron Root Warlord here. And then you can name Soldier with Icon to just buff up all the soldiers you've made. Yeah, let's just take this guy. The other cards in this pack are not inspiring. And now Scampering Scorcher. Our go wide theme is kind of strong. I mean, we have a lot of like go wide cards. There's also a Gift, which would help splash Iron Root, but I don't really like playing Gift in this style of deck because we are kind of just a creature beatdown deck, and then just playing Gift really doesn't fit the theme at all. But I like Scampering Scorcher because we are kind of going with a go wide theme. We could name elementals with Icon of Ancestry. Yeah, let's just take the Scampering Scorcher. Might of the Masses actually seems incredible in this deck. Not only does it work with Season of Growth, but we're just going to have a ton of creatures running around, and so this could just one-shot an opponent. I think this is actually the perfect card for us, so we're going to take that over pretty much nothing, so pretty low impact pick here. We could take a Marauder's Axe at some point, but Might of the Masses is going to be great. And now we can get a Destructive Digger. We could get a Unchained Berserker. This is just a fine aggressive card. This is a fine card at the board. How are our 2-drops looking? We have 3. Kind of just 3 2-drops. I think getting another one would be nice. This is kind of a 2-drop, but we'd rather have a creature on turn 2 most times. There's a Brightwood Tracker, but we already have a decent number of 4s. So I'm not really looking for more 4s. We already have a decent number of Mana Sinks too because of the Wolf Rider Saddles and the Icon. So let's just take the Unchained Berserker. And now we can take a Key. Maybe we'll want the Key if we don't get any other ways to break through a board stall. And I guess we'll take an Inspired Charge over a Vial. Okay, so Steadfast Sentry. I guess we'll just take another Aeronaut. Though we kind of... Do we need another 2-drop? I think we have 4 fine 2-drops, so we'll just take another Dagger Sail. And now Goblin Smuggler did come back, so I think we'll take that. Just has such a good combo with Pack Mastiff, with Unchained Berserker. So, yeah, Infuriate's fine, but I think we'd rather just get the Goblin Smuggler, get the smuggling going. Maniacal Rage is not as unplayable as it looks. You can play it sometimes with the poor man's pacifism. Maybe we might end up playing the Prismite just to help splash this Iron Root Warlord. And we opened up a rare that only cares about being a black deck. And we didn't open up a single red card again. These packs have been kind of mean to us. Not very kind, you might say. I mean, our uncommons are all garbage in this And then our only green card is a Mammoth Spider. Like, geez. This was not a good open. Hopefully we get past something, because we're going to have to take a Mammoth Spider here and not be very happy with it. Well, this pack is much better, I think. Pulsum Rosso is a solid card. We aren't insanely aggressive. I would really like to get a green-white land or some white lands. We could take a Score Spitter, but I don't think we're... maybe we are that aggressive. But hopefully Score Spitter wheels, I don't know. I think we'll just take Pulsum Rosso. It's a pretty high upside pick. I mean, it's just a very powerful card. And can give us back really good cards. And now we can take either another Pulse, which I don't think we really want, or we could just take an Ember Cat, which ramps us into Scorcher, and not much else. Yeah, this guy's got just kind of a 2-mana 2/2 in our deck. I guess we'll just take another Pulse. Our deck definitely took a turn for the mid-range here in this pack. And now we'll just take Reduced Ashes. We need more removal spells, and this is a fine one. It's not that our deck is bad, it's just that we... oh my gosh, that's a late murder. We just don't have a ton of the great cards we want. And now we'll take Lavacan Brawler. We have some elementals here and there. And this is just a pretty big beater on itself. It's a combo with Goblin Smuggler for the late game. And now we can get an Ember Cat and have 2 things to ramp into, which is significantly better than 1 thing. So that gives us a 5th good 2-drop, which we'll take over like Brightwood. I don't really like Act of Treason. I don't think we're going to be able to splash the Iron Warlords. We didn't get any mana fixing at all. So let's just take like a mana... do we already have a key? Yeah, we do. Let's just take a Heart Piercer Bow then. Maybe we'll main deck it. You never know. Wow, I think we're going to just take Vorse Claw here. We can ramp into it a little bit with Ember Cat. It's just a big creature. Hits hard, and I've been pretty impressed with it overall. I just like having a couple big creatures, and seems like a solid option. Also, with a couple pulses, we're going to be able to stay alive until we can land that. And we'll just take the Hammer, because why not? We're not going to play it. Pup is interesting. Wolfkin Bond is a card I've not been impressed with, though maybe I should try it out more before I pass too harsh a sentence. It seems like kind of good with Dagger Sailor or not. Kind of want to try it over Pup. Let's just try it. I haven't played with it that much. I kind of judged it before playing it. Guess we'll take another Predator. Can get a Vial in there. Another Heart Piercer Bow. Not really what I'm into, but we're not going to play Arclight anyway. Anvil Rod, I mean. Not Arclight Phoenix. Arclight Raptor. Okay, so first things first, we're going to cut these Ironroot Warlords. So our Icon of Ancestry seems like it could be interesting. We have a couple elementals going on, just some interesting things. We could name wolves at some points. I don't know. We'll try it out. Scorch Spitter is definitely not at home in this deck. When you can't run Vorse Claw and Scorch Spitter in the same deck. We probably only want 1 big creature, and since Ripjaw Predator is not an elemental, which we could potentially name with Icon, I think we'll get rid of it. We might name Goblin with it, because we have 3 Dagger Sail Aeronauts and a Goblin Smuggler to potentially find with it. It'll really vary what we name. I don't think this is really a Season of Growth deck, because we only have 1 way to target our own stuff. And I could see cutting a... I could definitely see cutting one of these 4-drops. We have a lot of 4s. I could see cutting a Dagger Sail Aeronaut. We didn't really get a ton of ways to reward us for going wide. I guess we have a couple. We have this guy. We have this guy. We have equipment to put on the 1/1s. I kind of want to just cut Ripscale Predator. Let's just do that. 8/8/1 seems like a fine mana base. Let's just check our colors. Yeah, we are heavier towards red, but we still need double green for some things, and we have early green requirements. I guess I don't really want to go down to 7 colors sources, so let's just try it. See how it works. I think Chandra definitely would have been better in this deck, but it is a 4-drop, and we have a lot of 4-drops anyway. Hard to say. But yeah, deck seems okay. We're finally using the Dragon God thing. I just kind of thought it'd be cool. Ooh, yeah, using that forest. I like how it defaults to the cool forest that I unlocked. This is a definite keep. I don't know how good Lavacan Brawler into Wolfkin Bond is, but it seems like it could be sweet. What is my record projection? Ooh, Lamaril, that's a good question. I'm going to go with 4-3 because I'm optimistic. Though, honestly, it could do significantly worse. They also have the Special Forest. We have our combo. We have one of our many combos. Smuggler plus Unchained Berserker. Too good. Play a Plains opponent. Oh, nice. So we're going to hit them for 5 here. And then if we can Chandra's Outrage whatever creature they play, we're going to have them right where we want them. It is lagging a tad. So opponent has not shown me much. Ancestral Blade. Well, that cannot block Unchained Berserker, which is great for me. Ferocious Pup can. At least the Pup token can. So here we are just going to give unblockable. Attack. And then probably play our Lavakin Brawler. Because Lavakin Brawler into Wolfkin Bond on it seems like a solid option, and they can't really kill this very well. I don't really think playing the Saddle is as good here. I would just rather get to a high toughness with this, because then Rabid Bite is much worse against killing it. 6 toughness is pretty big. The Wolf Rider Saddle, putting it on the Unchained Berserker to hit them for 4 unblockable every turn with the Goblin Smuggler is pretty good too. Actually, I just realized we have 2 ways to target our creature, which makes Season of Growth much better. My current rank should be at the top of the screen, Julio Martini. So they are attacking. What does this signal to us that it could have? First combat trick, Feral Invocation. Disaster. Especially because we have Chandra's Outrage to blow them out next turn. Might of the Masses, disaster, kind of, because they get to play it for 1 mana to kill our 2/4. They could have any combat trick, really, because of this, but I suspect they're green-white, so they could have Inspiring Charge, which is bad for us, too. Which is not as bad, but there's enough bad scenarios that it's not worth blocking, especially because we're winning this race, and if they tap out, we can just play Wolfkin Bond and hit them for a massive amount of damage, hit them for 5, and make a 2/2 they can just trade. Oh yeah, this is a dream scenario here. Sure. So they're holding up 1 colorless, which doesn't mean anything, so we can easily resolve our Wolfkin Bond here onto our Lavakin Brawler. We're going to just put it on the Brawler, because we're going to be giving Unchained Berserker unblockable. And then we will definitely block with this guy onto the Wolf. They probably have a combat trick, but it's probably not as scary. And then next turn we can Chandra's Outrage this creature if need be, and attack for 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is lethal. Plus this is 2 more damage, so we could even just have one of them have this like a, I don't know. I think we're in great shape here. Okay, he's equipping. So I think they might have Feral Invocation, but we don't really care that much, because if they go for Feral Invocation, we just win. Okay, so they accept the trade. They accept the trade. Ouch. Eternal Isolation. Brutal, man. Not cool, bro. Okay, so here we can go land. So we have 6 mana here. So next turn we can go Wolf Rider Saddle, equip this, and hit them for 4 unblockable. So if we kill this, they go to 10. Then we hit them for 5. So it's not quite lethal. But no. So they go to 10. They go to 5. And then this is 4. So they would go to 1. I think that's the best bet, though. Even though it's not exactly lethal, it puts us in a very commanding position in this game. Like, they can't really pressure us. We're going to be pressuring them significantly. This has protection from white anyway. Shifting Ceratops, eh? Well, that was not good tapping. I'll have you know, opponent. So we'll get them to 1. We could have just traded this with a Shifting Ceratops, but I think getting them to 1 is super valuable, because now they have to kill Goblin Smuggler. If they can't kill Goblin Smuggler, we just win. Boom, and we got the W. For those of you that are curious, I'm not going to be updating the rank or record until the end of the draft, because it's just a little bit too clunky to do during the draft. But yeah, starting off the new season on a win, that's always fun. Always a fun experience. Bum ba bum 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 bum. Eladan. I've played this guy. I played them last night, I think, or like 2 nights ago. That's hilarious. Man, on the draw, we have 8 red sources. We have a bunch of playable cards and a 3-land hand. Oh, I forgot to add the Season of Growth. I don't know. Maybe Seasons of Growth are too slow. We're going to keep this hand. And we hit a land. Nice. I think Dagger Sail into Wolfkin's pretty solid. I mean, you can't just mulligan things. You just got to hope for the best sometimes. You lose a lot of games just by mulliganing because it's just a lot of value to go down a card. You don't even realize it a lot of the time, too. Okay, so we are currently in pretty good shape because our opponent missed on lands, so we can get our Wolf Rider Saddle down, and then we can play Mammoth Spider. Wolf Rider Saddle does block pretty well here. And there is the icon. What will it name? Only time will tell. Will it name Goblin? Will it name anything? You never know. Spectral Sailor, okay. So our Mammoth Spider should do good work against that. We need to be careful with this Wolfkin bond. It's definitely lagging a little bit. So after this match, I will refresh. We're not going to attack, because if we do attack and they have murder for this, then they get to use all of their mana. They get to kill our 3/5 and then hit us for 4, whereas we're only getting in for potential 3, and they would gain 2 life. And it's just we're at 13. We have to just try and stabilize. And then when we get our Vorse Claw into play, we'll start hitting them with that. Okay. Tomebound Lich. Okay. So now I think we're going to go for Dagger Sail. Though not drawing a mountain there kind of hurts. I guess we could just play Vorse Claw, but then it'll just trade with Tomebound Lich. Let's attack with our Wolf, because maybe they'll trade with Tomebound Lich for that. They have to single block it. Okay. Gonna play Vorse Claw. We'll let them hit us with Tomebound Lich, because that means we can hit them back with Vorse Claw. So I don't think they'll attack with it. They don't really need to loot desperately. Or maybe they do. Hard to know. Opponent thinking. Okay, so they have a Chandra, but it doesn't kill any of my guys. Kind of okay for me. Okay, another 4 is just absolutely useless. So we kind of want to play this plus Icon this turn, but what do we name with Icon? We want to name something we can hit, but we already have 2 of our elementals out of our deck. This is where looking at our deck list would be super helpful. I think we might name Hound. No, we have 2 elementals in play. This being a 3/3 is actually super relevant, so we're going to name elemental. So first we will attack, because that means that it won't die to a... actually, we might name Goblin just so it doesn't... our Dagger Sailor can't be killed. Yeah, that seems good to me. Done. Now our Daggersail Aeronaut is a 4/3, so it can't be Chandra'd. And then next turn, if we want to ever play the Embercat, we can play Embercat and equip on the same turn. And this guy can start attacking too. And our Wolfkin Bond is going to be good, plus our Daggersail. Okay, so they have another Death Toucher. So depending on what they do with Chandra, we can just Wolfkin Bond it up on this Daggersail. And use Wolfkin to essentially kill Spectral Sailor, unless they want to chump. Let's just play it there. Just this guy coming at Chandra. Wow, they just take it. Well, since they can't minus the Chandra right now, we are going to just play our Embercat. And then pass. We do have this to start finding our second Aeronaut and also our Goblin Smuggler. So that's pretty decent. And we can pull some Rasa back our Vorst Claw at some point. Preferably on a turn that we can play it again. So we could like attack, then use our Embercat for mana, and that would be good. Air Elemental A, but we can equip so they can't double block. Oh, but they have the... They have that A. Huh. Well, this only lasts till end of turn. So we'll attack Chandra. Try to kill that. If they jump with Spectral Sailor, we're very fine with that. We do have a lot of life gain, so we don't really mind. We're just going to play Pack Mastiff. Get it into play. Our mana draw has been really bad. Six forests instead of like an more even split has been really kind of brutal. But we do have a massive flyer here, and we have this Mammoth Spider to help hold down the fort for now. And now Vorst Claw can start bashing soon, because we'll just use our Impulse Marauder to get it back. Oh, they scryed 2 to the top. That's a catastrophe for me. That is not what I like to hear. Okay, so let's bash. Okay, that's actually really fine for me. Them getting rid of all their small creatures unlocks my bigger creatures to attack. Because I'm going to play Pulse and Rouse to get it back. Gain a bunch of life. Just play it again. Once I draw another mountain, this Pack Mastiff can start attacking too. And then I can start digging for a... oh, Frost Lynxie. That's actually really good because they probably were going to tap down Mammoth Spider and try to hit me a couple turns and kill me. But now we are in fine shape here. Okay, Mountain is pretty good draw. So we will equip to our good friend Pack Mastiff. So we will attack with these two. If this trades for a Feral Abomination, we're okay with that. They're going to draw another card with Spectral Sailor, so we have to kind of put pressure on them. Do we take a spin with this? I don't think so. We're not very likely to hit. Getting him for 6 is a pretty relevant amount of damage. This only looks at the top 3, yeah. Okay. Daggersail Aeronaut number 2. So they could double block it. I think we'd be fine with a double block. So let's just leave this here. Because then we would kill their Air Elemental and their Spectral Sailor, and we get to deploy another Dagger Sail. They can jump with Skeleton, but that is decently mana intensive. Okay, so I think getting rid of the Spectral Sailor is actually a huge priority for us here. Yep. So now they don't have any late game engine, and we do. We are making another 4/3 flyer. They presumably have to spend a decent amount of mana every turn on a, and we can start attacking with these guys. So we'll just spin this end of turn. The only Goblin we have left in our deck is Goblin Smuggler, so there's no reason to spin it now because we can't like play the Goblin we would get. But yeah, killing Spectral Sailor is huge for us. Definitely a good boon for us. So one on top, one on bottom. Sure. Let us spin that wheel. Okay, sure. Okay. So first things first, we're going to equip. Actually, yeah, we're going to equip first. We're going to equip to the Mammoth Spider, I think. Because Mammoth Spider being able to attack is pretty nice. Now, do we spin to look for Goblin Smuggler? We know the bottom 3 cards of our deck are not Goblin Smuggler. We haven't really done any scrying. If we find I don't think it's worth going for Goblin Smuggler. We want to hold up pumps on our Pack Mastiff. We'll be fine trading it off with the Frostlinks. Okay. And now we will re-equip this here. Play a land and end the turn. Because now our wolf can attack. Actually, we can just equip to the Dagger Sail for direct lethal next turn. And we get, okay, it's no longer direct lethal. And we get 2 spins to look for a Goblin Smuggler. Wow, all 3 of those would have been good. Lol. Might of the Masses is also good. That's just lethal probably. They have 1 card in hand, so if I attack with everything, they go block, chump, chump. If they had a murder, I think they would have used it. Regardless if they're murdering this guy instead of my Dagger Sailor or not, I'm in great shape. Boom. Let's go. Let us go, as they say. So our emblem thing actually did a lot of work that game. It might not have seemed like it did a lot of work, but making the Dagger Sails into 4/3s was actually incredible. Maybe we want to add another Dagger Sail just for that little synergy. Let's see. What would we cut as a 4-drop? We would probably cut Scampering Scorcher. I could get behind cutting Scampering Scorcher. Just so we have another Goblin. Oh no, we already have all the Goblins in. Nice. The card I was thinking about adding was Season of Growth, I think. Yeah, I don't think we need it. We have 2 ways to target, technically, but this is going pretty well so far. Pretty well. That water does not taste very good. Okay, pretty solid hand. Double Pack Mastiff. They did a really good job with this land because they've actually like hooked me in. Now I'm just really want to get the full set of all of the cool looking lands. So I'll like play in the event to like get a cool land. Play the Pack Mastiff. Embercat is a lot of the time a correct decision to play, but when we're going to have double Pack Mastiff, it'll make our turn 4 attack much scarier. More threatening for the opponent. I think our opponent's deck is just going to be too slow to compete with us. Dagger Sail into Wolfkin has just been, seems like pretty good. Okay, yeah, we're just going to kill that thing. Though we could just Dagger Sail here. You know, the longer we wait, the better. I mean, I don't know how good. We could have attacked, but I really want to get Dagger Sail into play. Oh, Golos. Oh, dear. Oh, no. So they have a lot of colors. So they have blue, any color. 3, 4. They have 4 colors. I think they would block because I have to waste my entire turn. Oh, man. Maybe they wouldn't have blocked. It's hard to say, Vic City. I am so afraid of this Golos right now. Okay, so they have... Oh my gosh, they just activated on curve. Of course they do. That's so brutal. They get to put this thing into play, which means... Oh, they can't actually kill my 5/4 flyer. Nice. Wait. Oh, no, he can. Oh, no, because I can double block this thing. Jeez. Oh, Golos, you monster. Golos is insane. Yeah, we're definitely not going to let this thing stick around. Because then it could kill my 5/4 flyer. And that 5/4 flyer is my ticket to victory, boys. Ladies and gentlemen. So they get to kill my Pack Mastiff for free. That's an ouch moment right there. Okay, so we now have... They're just going to activate Golos next turn. Hopefully they whiff and just get like 3 ground creatures. Whiff. Why are they main decking Plummet? Oh, it doesn't do anything. Let's go. Yes. Oh, that's hilarious. Get wrecked. Flying on my turn only, boys. So I have them on a 2-turn clock. I'm going to name Goblin just so I can play around Shock. Now I have a chump blocker for if that elemental would be too big. Boom. Oh, and now this thing's lethal on its own. So they have to find 2 ways to deal with flyers. Wow, Wolfkin Bond has actually been seriously impressive. No joke. Man, I wonder what's in their hand. Hopefully they can't kill both Dagger Sails. Oh, just activate Golos again. Man, they're just like not going to be able to use the cards in their hand because the game's going to be over. So they've basically just been drawing 3 every turn, but then their hand is irrelevant. Okay, Netcaster Spider is really good for me because it means they can no longer spin Golos, I think. Okay, that's actually really good for me. Okay, that's less good for me. Well, they don't have any mana up. Never mind, that's game. So 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. No blocks. Good game, opponent. So you just have to kill Netcaster. And then either of my flyers is lethal. Barely got there. Icon coming in clutch. Oh, man, that's actually insane. Nice. They had the 2 flying blockers, but I just had the crucial removal spell. And we got the job done. Man, this is actually awesome. Oh, yeah. Things are looking up for us here. See, Dagger Sailor is a card that's often dismissed, but the fact that it only has flying during your turn is tremendous upside when your opponent is main decking Plummet. I was like, oh no, I just lose my guy, and then I was like, wait, it's not actually a flyer. Life is good. That's the type of top-notch, high-quality thing I look for in a draft card. The ability to just completely own Plummet. Captain Scoop. Well, you could just scoop now, and I'd be fine with that. Okay, this hand is pretty good. Scampering Scorcher and Might of the Masses is a fine combo. We have a Vorse Claw, which is just a nice top-end card if we do flood. Playing against green-white, we will represent our Fake Shock. Ooh, a Bant. I wonder what they're splashing for. The top-notch IQ plays. So now my opponent is thinking. They are deep in the tank. Captain Scoop versus NicolaiBolas. A battle for the ages. NicolaiBolas himself versus Teferi. Metropolis Sprite. Ooh, that's actually kind of sweet with my Scampering Scorcher. Make them all 2/2s, and I can start looking for my other elementals. Oh, Cloud Concealer, you crafty, crafty devil. Well, now I'm just going to play Netcaster. I was going to play Icon and name Elemental to confuse my opponent. We're not going to attack here. Because we have Might of the Masses. Also, Scampering Scorcher doesn't care about Cloud Concealer. Okay, yeah, this is good for us. So we could play Goblin Smuggler. No, let's just play Scampering Scorcher this turn. No attacks. But now our Might of the Masses gives +5/+5. And our Icon of Ancestry is going to buff up all these guys so they can all attack. This is going to be good. Elemental. It's elementary, my dear Watson. Now, since I have so many different 2/2s, I'll just offer this Pack Mastiff trade. I mean, what counter do they have that counters my artifact? Okay, this is perfect. Thank goodness I get to kill the Night Pack Ambusher. Because Night Pack Ambusher is a monster. So annoying. And if we draw... Oh, okay, yeah, this is good. Killing Night Pack Ambusher for 1 mana is such a good deal for us. Holy smokes. We don't really need to save our Pack Mastiff for a Goblin Smuggler play. Because we have so many Pack Mastiffs, and if we draw land, we just want to play this anyway. Wow. They are playing 5-color stuff and just going to get rolled by our Scampering Scorchers. Global buff for all of our Scampering Scorchers is so good. No, Fortress Crab, you crafty, crafty devil. You beautiful beast. Okay, we'll play this. And now Ember Cat. Actually, we want to give this thing unblockable. Actually, we don't care about that. We're just going to... It can't kill any of our creatures. Hashtag value. We'll attack with all these. Trading one of our Scampering Scorcher things for a Metropolis Sprite is good, but trading off our Goblin Smuggler is not a good deal for us there. Yep, that's good for us. Especially the fact that they killed the Scampering Scorcher. That was actually a mistake by them. Because they don't know it, but, I mean, maybe they should probably think about it, because we have 2 Pulsar Marasa in our deck. So, yeah. They are a slow, dirtily deck, and we have a lot of creatures to go wide past them. Geez, what is their deck? They have like 2 inches. I guess they're just really all in on finding Nightpack Ambusher and then passing the turn with mana up. But we killed their Nightpack Ambusher with our clutch Might of the Masses, so maybe they have multiple Nightpack Ambushers, which would really suck. Because I don't know how you beat multiple Nightpack Ambushers. So it looks like they have a removal spell, which they'll probably use on my Smuggler, I would have to imagine. So maybe they're just afraid enough to use it. Oh, they use it on that guy. Oh, using it on Smuggler is useless then. Okay, so here we are definitely going to... Okay, now we don't have to even think about it. Okay, so we're just going to attack with everything, and then play Vorse Claw. Otherwise, we were going to cast the Vorse Claw with our Ember Cat. It's just worth it to get that 8/8 into play. Now they're on a lethal threat from that. Whoo! So they could have killed my Goblin Smuggler. Silverback Shaman. Sure. And they concede! Let's go. Oh yeah. Opponent's deck was so bizarre. But we are cruising. Clearly the gold players are not any match for the power of our deck. Oh man, what? We got a... Oh my gosh, that's so sick. Cosmetic Risen Reef is so good. So before the draft started, I said I was going to go 4-3. We are currently at 4-3. So I want to change my prediction. Oh man, my prediction was too unoptimistic. And we will keep this hand. Definitely going to name Goblin with our icon as of right now. Wow, Sanitarium Skeleton, that looks really funny right now. Not really afraid of that one. Blue-black, eh? Oh, thank goodness we drew a 3-drop that can actually attack and block. That's so good. They probably have Spectral Sailor. Or Disfigure. If they attack, we're just not going to block. Diamond Knight, eh? We shall attack. And play our Aeronaut. What colors are naming? Black. Oh, man. They hath gainest a life. Well, they played a blue card, so that's good for us. Oh, maybe Wolf is going to be the correct thing to name. We're fine trading this off, probably. And they probably won't block, yeah, with 5 open mana. I don't think that's a correct block, by the way. Yeah, we're going to get another Wolf Rider Saddle into play, and then we can Voltron up our Dagger Sailor and not make it a 5-powered attacker. 2 Wolf Rider Saddles is just pretty good. Whoa, they siphoned it? Yikes. Well, that's fine by us. Oh yeah, perfect. That was actually a great top deck. Hit him for 5. Play Saddle. I don't understand why this isn't a Wolf, by the way. It would make our Icon of Ancestry much better. Just throwing that out there. Bone Splinters, eh? Yikes. Yeah, the icon is doing work. I agree. We will trade. Diamond Knight plus Sanitarium Skeleton is kind of scary, not gonna lie. So we are going to equip. Play Packmastiff. I should have attacked first, but you know, such is life. This is still technically a 3-turn clock for us, because this is going to be 4, the next turn is going to be 5, and then the next turn it's going to be 6. So they hopefully won't play around Icon, because it's not a very common card. Whoa! Thank you so much, JQ14, for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is a brutal combo for us. No blocks. We might have to start jumping it next turn. But we can't afford to double block here. Wait, why did they target my creature with Blade Brand? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would have been a brutal double block if we'd made that. So let's go here. Go, Aeronaut. Be the hero you were always meant to be. And Unchained Berserker, you can jump block, because that's the hero you were meant to be. I hope my opponent doesn't have a flyer or removal. Heart Piercer Bow, eh? Nice equip right there. Yeah, that was a whoopsies for sure. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Go! Be the hero you were always meant to be, Dagger Sail Aeronaut. Boom! Yes! Oh my gosh, we actually got there. I knew it. I said it. I was like, this is actually a 3-turn clock because we have the icon that they're not going to play around. Who plays around Icon of Ancestry? And we got the win. Oh my goodness, that was sick. Thank you, JQ14. I'm so glad you enjoyed the last YouTube video that I put up. I made it look easy. Well, I appreciate it. When I'm having fun, things are easy. Man, that icon coming in clutch. Though, to be fair, Chandra would have also won us that game by just minusing to do 2 damage face, but Icon was so much sweeter. And that one game where Icon was way better than Chandra, I think, because it made it so our guy didn't die to a opposing Chandra. So clearly Icon is the best. What a bestial card. Well, we are going to continue with our keeping. This is a great hand. Wolfkin Bond has been performing well. See, the thing is I'm not going to judge other people for doing this, but many Magic the Gathering players get one initial evaluation of a card, and then they just stick with it, and they never try it. They never play against it because other people don't force them to play against it, and then they just stick on it. And Wolfkin Bond has actually been doing great work this draft. It's been a keep card in our deck. Oh gosh. Oh no. And many people don't even consider it. I myself did not consider it, so I'm not unguilty here. Renowned Weaponsmith. I wonder how many stuffed things they have. It depends on how early they drafted it. So they're showing off with the lands they got from the event, but we're showing off with the ultimate land that we got from that event. Oh man. So now we just try to pressure them before they can kill us with infinite vials and stuff. If they do have a vial to go get, they should go get it right now. Oh, it's just a bow. Okay, so they have a bow. But they don't really have an attacker. Dismiss. So we are going to play our Goblin Smuggler out and hit them for 4. And then hopefully by the time that they start getting 2 bows out and attacking us and mowing down our creatures, we can get a Lavakin Brawler out or a Wolfkin Bond out onto something. So here the worst case scenario is them playing another bow from hand, which could easily happen. And you just lose games like this sometimes. Oh, they have Overgrowth Elemental. That's much better. Much better. Far superior for us. Oh, well that changes things. Still think playing Lavakin is probably correct. But it depends. I think we'll just attack with both here. This is fine. Oh. Okay. Because getting rid of that is pretty appealing. And then we can play this, put our Wolfkin Bond on it, and then they probably can't kill it. Okay, so they're going to spend their entire turn killing a Pack Mastiff. And then we'll Wolfkin Bond this up. Hit them for 5. If they don't just kill it this turn, then we can... Yeah, so they're doing that this turn. So they're just going to ping Pack Mastiff twice. So keep in mind, this isn't really a 2-for-1 because they've been spending like all their turns building up to this. Okay, Wolf Rider Saddle is a huge draw here. We're just going to be able to play that now, instead of like committing to our Wolfkin Bond onto a wolf that was going to die. And now we can actually name Wolf, which is going to be sweet. Weaponsmith is too slow. I've had decks where it was like, I had like 4 bows and a Weaponsmith, and it still seemed kind of too slow. And it's also really bad when you don't draw Weaponsmith a lot of the time, because then you just draw your bows on their own, and they're not really that good when you only have 1 or 2. I think it can be legit, though, but you need to have the right tools to stall the game, and my opponent hasn't really had those tools. Of course they have Golos. Why wouldn't they have Golos? They just happen to have a Golos, I guess. So let's just make our guy big. Hopefully they don't have Unsummon. And if they do attack with the Weaponsmith into this, then we get to eat their guy. Huh. Scampering Scorcher would be a fantastic draw here. If they don't play around it, like if they attack with both, or something, which I don't think is likely, we could Wolfkin Bond and Icon to give this the +2 power it needs. Sorry. Okay, so we are going to play Cryptic Caves. And then I think we're going to equip the Wolf Rider Saddle over here. Then we will hit them down to 1. I think we don't want to get our Icon onto our wolves, so that we have 3 3s. Okay, what are they searching? Because if it's another Heartpiercer bow, okay, it's a Vial. So we're going to name Wolf. So our wolves are now 3 3s. And we'll get to draw an extra card from this. Brightwood Tracker, sure. Golos is irritating. So we can draw a card and still play our Mammoth Spider, and we get to attack with this guy, which is good. So they're holding up 4 mana, which probably means they have Bone to Ash, because otherwise they'd play their Vial, I think. So why would they hold up 4 mana? It's got to be Bone Dash, right? Why would it tap my red mana? So let's just play this guy. If they Bone Dash this, we're fine. Yeah. I don't know why you'd Bone Dash this, because it's going to die anyway. Maybe we just weren't supposed to cast anything there. Yeah, I guess we choked it. Potentially. Yeah, maybe we messed that up in a major way. Because now they can take down my guy. I guess casting a card into a Bone Dash we knew about was really bad, but we're probably still fine here. So they have 1 card in hand. If we attack, they get to finish off our Cavalier with their Cavalier. Maybe I was just supposed to name Elemental. Oh, we're so screwed. Oh, this is so bad. Any more wolves? We have 1 more Wolf Riders Harness thing. I thought the game would end before that became relevant, but Cavalier of Thorns was really impressive there. I think we messed up. I think casting the card into a Bone Dash we knew about was just letting them draw a card for no reason. And we could have avoided it. Shoot. Feels bad, man. Misuse of Icon. We could have named Goblin and then it had been relevant for that, but I don't know. We could have named Elemental. Netcaster Spider. I think we have to try and get rid of this Lavakin Brawler. Trade with Cavalier plus this thing. They might just jump as well. What are they going to get back? I don't know. I don't think we can win this game. Yep. I kind of knew that it was going to be close when we made the named wolf, but at the time bumping on my wolf seemed kind of good. I don't know. It was probably bad though because the Golos was relevant at the time. Like we weren't going to be able to attack past it anyway, maybe. Okay. So we might have to sacrifice a wolf here. If we draw Might of the Masses, we have a chance here. We're just going to spin this to get more information about what's left in our deck. So we didn't spin into Might of the Masses. Wolf Rider's Saddle. Well, that's actually a great draw, because not only is it another wolf, but now we can buff up the same wolf and have a threat that's actually scary. Because now we have them on a 2-turn clock. Oh. Whoops. We couldn't have attacked anyway. Now at least I guess we have some mana up. I don't know. Vorst Claw, that ruins that plan. Seemed like a decent plan at the time. If he attacks me, he is going to be traded with aggressively. You can kill my Packmastiff. I will happily trade that for a Spectral Sailor, my friend. Please don't have a way to kill my Mammoth Spider. No! I see this coming, and I see it, and it is sad. Oh dear, this game is pretty much over. Okay, so we have... Yeah, I could probably find some way to win this game, but it's not worth the time. Like, if they draw nothing for like 6 turns, and we... Like, yeah, it's not worth it. They have 8 cards left in deck, but, yeah. I'm going to save everyone the time and effort there. We don't even demote for losing that game, so... That is just a mental victory and a content victory. There's no way we win that game, really. Like, the odds of us winning that are very low, and I don't think it's worth it to try. Essentially... They're just going to start hitting me with Vorst Claw. And I'm going to run out of creatures to block with, and they're just probably going to have one bounce spell to just bounce a token in a big block. And yeah, okay. This hand is not great. But I think we're going to keep it. Oops, did not mean to click that. Sorry. It doesn't have what we want, really. It doesn't have red lands, but it's got 3 lands. And it's got a pull, so even if we fall behind, we can gain some life back. And there's a mountain. The mountain looks so much worse compared to this forest. Well, that's going to eat a reduced ash at some point here. Probably next turn. Unless, of course, they have the ultimate Gauntlets of Light combo here. Gauntlets of Light combo is really good against red-green. Oh yeah, this thing is so dead. Die, Ironroot Warlord. Die. And now we pray. Great spirits above, don't have a God willing. Yes. And then we play Vorst Claw. And then we have Pulse Marauders to get back Vorst Claw at some point. So they are playing Gauntlets of Light combo, I just assume here. But Vorst Claw is bigger than that. He's a bigger man. We can't actually play Chandra's Outrage yet. They probably have Overcome. That would make sense as well. Pacifism makes some sense. But we have no way of knowing what's in their hand right now, because they have been playing cards on curve relatively. They didn't have a 2-drop, so they probably drew Daybreak Chaplain for one of their turns. And they played a couple 3-drops in a row. If we draw a mountain, we can start attacking. But it's not a huge deal. For some reason, I bet you it would try to tap me out of my mountain. We're just going to sack this land. Start digging for our mountain. Because if we get a mountain, we can kill this in instant speed. So they have 3, 4, 5, 6, not 7 damage. So we would get a nice little attack off. We're just going to be hanging out, waiting on the world to change. Hopefully they don't have Overcome right now, before I find second red to kill the Centaur Courser. Worst claw. You are the worst claw. I am the best claw. We're going to play these two because that means the next turn we could pull somewhere else back a Vorst Claw and play it again. So both of us have 2 cards in hand. We both have a bunch of fatties in play. I'm going to start hitting them for 2 a turn. So they are under a tad bit of pressure in a board stall situation, but they probably have answers for that. Like Inspired Charge or Overcome or something. So this plays around. This doesn't. Wait, Might of Masses gives 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would have 14 toughness. This is 5, 6, 13. Dang it. Can I play around Might of the Masses? But then I let them kill 2 of my creatures. We're just going to hope they don't have Might of the Masses. It's an uncommon. And here we'll just play around Feral Invocation and +3/+3. Oh, man. Jeez. So they wouldn't have made this attack if they didn't expect just an all-out block on this guy. So they have 2 cards in hand. If they have 2 +3/+3s, I can't beat it anyway. If they have 1 +3/+3, this puts it to 10. Let's just block like this. Oh, they had Moment of Heroism? Well, that's funny. I'm very happy with that trade. So we got like a 3-for-1 kinda. And now we have a flyer that they can't deal with probably. And I get to get back my Vorst Claw this turn. Oh my gosh, this is just... Oh, I don't get to actually get it back this turn. Rats. Hopefully we can bait them into a bad attack here. Because they won't expect us to gain 6 life and kill their 4/4. Well, I guess kill their 3/3. Hopefully they attack all out. If they attack all that, oh man. Jeez, let's just go for it. You never know. They might have a combat trick. They probably have a combat trick. Oh, this is so good for me. Now my Vorst Claw can hold down the fort. And I can get back Mammoth Spider soon. Let's just keep the pressure going. They don't have any good attacks here. Next turn we can play Scorcher and hold up our Pulse. Scratch that. We're going to play our Scorcher and Netcaster. Because we don't have anything we want to pulse back yet. We're not going to attack with Vorst Claw just yet. Because if we draw a land, we can immediately replay the Vorst Claw if they massive block it. Because they would go block, block, yeah. And then we could play... Yeah, we're 1 mana off. So once we draw another land, we will do that. But double Pulse is definitely looking pretty good. I don't think we want to get the Mammoth Spider. We could potentially get back a Goblin Smuggler here. Hit him for another 4 every turn. That puts him on a 2-turn clock. Yeah, I think we'll just wait, though. Oh, that's really good. Now we will definitely get that back. Especially because it's basically lethal next turn. But they don't know that, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elementals, so this is lethal next turn. We'll just keep Pulse of Mass up, maybe surprise them. Pulse Pup, I mean, okay, sure. So this has worked out very well this game. We played around a lot of combat tricks with the Mammoth Spider, and we knew what not to play around. Thanks, Magic, for the host. Boom! Whoo! Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Just clean, solid. Whew, fresh. We have 1 win to go, and then we get our max win. Nice little 7-win run here. Let's go. When I set out with this deck, I said 4-3, but now I say 7-1. Holy heck. This deck is doing quite nice. We've promoted a full rank. I'm really liking this. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, by the way. I really appreciate all the support. It's really fun to just have all you guys here keeping this hand. This is an excellent hand. Hopefully we're on the play, I think. I think we're on the play. Oh, no, we are not. Actually, this is a fine hand on the draw. Oh, no, the Miscreant deck. No! How many Miscreants do you have, opponent? Don't have 2 more on turn 2. 1 more is fine. Oh, Marauder's Axe. This is fine. You risk for the win most of the time when the opponent's on 1 card. Yeah, I risk it for the biscuit. You know how it is. Oh gosh, this is so good for us. This life gain is going to be clutch. We just need... Oh yeah, we already have the land we need. Perfect. Okay. We would have ideally drawn a cheap play that turn, but, you know, can't always get what you want. And 6 life is just going to win us this game easily. They're not equipping. Let's just play the Wolf Rider saddle. We have two blocks set up, and then we can get our Dagger Sail into Wolfkin Bond combo going. The Thicket Crasher, sure. So we'll double block here, so we don't take an extra point from trample. Yeah, we'll just Wolfkin here. Huh. Them not putting it on Fairy Mist Green is weird to me. Should have played Cryptic Caves there. No attacks. So we do have to find a answer to this Fairy Miscreants at some point. Like a Mammoth Spider would be the perfect draw. %, blocking here. Play Vorse Claw. We could potentially race them here, thanks to the 6 life from a Pulse Marasa. And that'll give us time to draw a Mammoth Spider potentially. We have them on a 2-turn clock on the ground, and their air clock is not as fast as that. So we're not playing around convolute at all, so... We might actually use Pulsar Rosa to get back our land to draw another card next turn. Thank goodness they don't have convolute. So now they go to 10, and we have 10 on the ground, and they do not have 10 in the air, so they might have to hold back a chump blocker. Of course, they have Meteor Golem. Of course. But we're still not dead yet. Wolf Rider Saddle. Nice. Attack. And we'll play our land. Plus another Aeronaut here. This way our wolf can trade with the Meteor Golem. Cavalier of Thorns, of course. That's not good. Well, we were almost got there, I guess. Almost got there. Wow, we were so close. Okay. Interesting. Dang it. If we had one more land, we would have been able to almost get there. As it is, we were super close. If we had drawn Chandra's Outrage off of that, I think we had him, potentially. Because we could Chandra's Outrage the creature, and then equip the other one, and then win. Unfortunate, we are still one chance at the undefeated. I mean, not undefeated, but 7 wins. That was actually a really close game. If they hadn't drawn Cavalier, we would have had him, I think. Because we would have been able to actually... it was close. It was close for sure. Maybe getting back Cryptic Caves was too cute. But we really wanted to draw a removal spell. Or a Mammoth Spider. Okay. This is our chance. If we'd been on the play, that game would have been pretty different too. Okay, we're going to keep this hand. It's slow, but it's got 4 lands, 4 drops, a 6-drop. Oh no, don't do it again. Oh no, not like this. Don't do it. Don't do me dirty, Magic. Don't do it to me, Magic Arena. Oh gosh. This is pure hell. Oh my gosh. We're just going to take 100 damage from this thing. Oh no. Oh no, not like this. Fairy Miscreant just stopping me. Oh gosh. Never mind, thank goodness. At least it's not a it's not a Fairy Miscreant. What happened to his other 3 toes? I'm confused. I don't get the ref. A spell. We can play it. Let's go. You can convolute this all you want, opponent. I'm fine with that. So they played a Fairy Miscreant, but then they didn't follow it up with anything. So, I mean, they followed it up with Wingbird, which I guess is pretty good. But now we have assembled our late game stuff. We're just going to be casting expensive cards. Oh my gosh, Spectral Sailor. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh. Am I playing against mono blue here? Looks like a mono blue tempo matchup, clearly. This is unfortunate. I'll just come out and say it. What the heck is my opponent's deck? This is insane. They're just dominating me on every axis. I'm fine trading this for a Cloud Conceer. I beg of you, just let me trade this for a Cloud Conceer. Because it's a flyer, and mine is not a flyer. Oh yeah, very vulnerable to Heartpiercer Bow. But alas, we are not running a Heartpiercer Bow. I think part of our success is that we weren't running Heartpiercer Bow, because Heartpiercer Bow would not have been good in a lot of our matches, I don't think. But against mono blue Fairy Miscreants, it would have been pretty decent. Oh my gosh. We're not actually that far behind. Now we're very far behind. It feels like, at least. They're only hitting us for 3 a turn, which is okay. Oh, that is huge. That 6 life is going to come in clutch. Mono Blue does not have the tools to race in an extended game because their 1/1 flyers just can't compete with my big creatures. I just added 3 power to the board with 1 card. Just don't have an unsummon. Don't unsummon me, bro. Bro. A bro. Unsummon, bro. Oh no. Oh, they're playing a mill deck. That's funny. They thought that mill was the place to be. How wrong they were. Oh my gosh, what is this madness? I honestly can never catch a break. Well, actually, if they mill Mammoth Spider, I'm fine. Just mill Mammoth Spider. Okay, they did not mill a non-Mammoth Spider. Mammoth Spider me? Nope. Okay, it's time for the Vorst Claw. No attacks. So we're going to start attacking them. Hello, Farah Ihu. I don't know if there is a way to report people on MTG Arena. I'm literally losing to Mono Blue. That's inspiring, in a way. If I draw a land, I would be very happy. It's all I want in this life, is a land. And I don't want to have to pull Samurasa for it, because I want to use pull Samurasa as a surprise. Wow, okay. I see how it is. They're milling me out. How wrong. Mono blue mill, eh? This is messed up. Okay, they milled 2 non-lands, so that's good for me. And they're getting me closer to that Mammoth Spider that I crave. Yes! Oh, opponent, you have made a terrible blunder. Oh, yes. I will admit, opponent's deck is kind of sweet. Okay, so we don't want to die, but we also want to pressure them. So I like this attack. Then if they tap 1 to the eye, we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, let's just attack with Vorst Claw. At a certain point, we can pulse back our Mammoth Spider. The 6 life will buy us 2 turns against their flyers. Oh man. Is the opponent quad blocking? Oh, they're chumping. Oh, that's so good for me. Oh, that is incredible. Them milling Mammoth Spider was so good for me. You know what would be a better draw? Is drawing double another Pulsum Rasa. I could really do with another 6 life right now. Okay, I'm going to get more aggressive with my attacks here. Well, Netcaster Spider was a fine substitute. This might be too aggressive. Let's attack for 10. I have 17 cards left. have 17 cards, so I don't really worry about the Sage row. I will eventually be able to reduce to ashes him. Okay, life is good right now. This Spectral Sailor's a nuisance. Opponent just drawing a bunch of cards, but we have a bunch of big creatures, so now we can start attacking them now that we've kind of stabilized the ground. The thing about Netcaster Spiders, it's cheap. They have a negate. Okay. Okay. That's not good. We're going to kill this. So now we lose to any ways to get rid of a blocker, because they get rid of this thing, attack with everything, and I die. So if they had a way to get rid of a blocker, I would have lost already. Seven, 10, 13, 16. So they have to chump if I attack with everything like this. So they have the way to get rid of a blocker. If I attack for this amount of damage. If they can get rid of a blocker, they can kill Netcaster, attack me for 2. I lose the right attack. If they block like this, I don't know what outs they have, but I think them blocking with Fairy Mist Green is a mistake. Because now what outs do they have? Like, they only have 3 damage in play, so even if they draw a way to kill my Netcaster, they can't do anything. Okay, Frilled Sea Serpent is a problem. Give me a Pulse of Marasa. I have one left in my deck. Oh, I just need Pulse. Oh, man. Pulse me. 1 in 12. 1 in 12. 8% chance. Might of the Masses could do it. No. No. Just block with your Frilled Sea Serpent, buddy. Oh my gosh. We top decked it. We had 2 outs. I think we got there. Exact damage. That attack last turn was super clutch. Like, if they block with Frilled Sea Serpent, it dies. If they don't block with it, we kill them. Oh, we did it! We did it! Oh my gosh, that was insane! I thought our only out was Pulse of Marasa, but Might of the Masses actually did it. It put them in a spot where they had to block with Frilled Sea Serpent. Or actually, they could have just chump blocked Lavakin Brawler. But oh my gosh. Oh, what a victory. That was insane. Yeah, nice top deck. Also, the opponent kind of choked it. Oh my gosh. That was awesome. Well, if you did make it all the way till the end of the video and are watching this on YouTube, in the comments section down below, let me know you made it to the end by saying hashtag clutch might or hashtag overperformance. But clutch might is probably better because that was the clutchest might of the masses to get us to 7 wins. Hashtag overperformance because our deck did better than 4 and 3. So that was pretty hype. Yeah, Lamriel, we did better than 4 and 3. But yeah, that is going to do it for this YouTube video. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel to join our community here, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and if you would like to further support the channel and give back directly, be sure to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. There'll be a link to that in the description down below. You can give back directly to the channel and get exclusive rewards and bonus content in the process. It really does help me out and keeps me making the content you enjoy, and one of those rewards is being put in the credits if you support at the Eternal of Bolas level or higher. So thank you so much to all of my patrons that support at that level and all levels. I really do appreciate your support. That is going to do it for this draft video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.